What's up, folks? All right. So, first and foremost, bullying is wrong. Let's just get that out the way. Second, now we got that out the way. As the title says, Amber Rose's son and Wiz Khalifa's son, Sebastian, is getting bullied in school because mommy has an OnlyFans. You know, she said she explained it to him. I believe he's 9. And she explained it to him that, during the pandemic, mommy had to work and mommy had to make money in XYZ so you could do things. So, XYZ. Now, she said she explained this to a 9-year-old child. Like, he's going to understand this. Well, you know, and if you ask me, matter of fact, let's go look at what else she said. I don't want to get this, I don't want to misquote her. Let me do something. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to find the post again. You know what? It don't matter. What we gonna do? It doesn't matter. It's all that matters. Okay. Now that we got that going. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm looking it up. So I want to read it. I want to read this so we can, Amber Rose. That's right. Okay. Let's see. I didn't even know she said her son is a feminist. Wow. Uh-uh. Uh-huh. Let me go right here. Let me get it. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So she told her son why she had a she the shit just got even crazy as I was looking that shit up. But long story short, right? Basically, she's calling her son. That's dope. She says her son's a feminist. He's 9 years old, right? She says he's a feminist. I just read this because she heard him defending OnlyFans creators. He's 9 years old. Of course, he's gonna defend OnlyFans creators when you, his mother, are only telling him what you want him to know about the situation because it benefits and soothes your soul. But she told him because she much rather be honest with him about her past than him finding out, through Google or whatever. And moral of the story, the bitch don't seem to understand that your son is only getting bullied for in some regards because it happens. There's children, but a lot of the shit that he's going to endure and he's gonna have to is because of you and your decisions, straight up and down. Am I saying? Hold on. Am I saying Shorty shouldn't be out here, living her life, doing what she wants to do if she so chooses to do it? No, I'm not saying that at all. It's your life, baby girl. Do what you want. But you must understand when you do these things, there are consequences to your actions, whether they come to you or not. You're out here being Amber Rose, slut walk, XYZ. You have a son. He's going to hear about it. Children are cruel. Oh, I don't see why it should be a problem for a woman to do, because that woman ain't going to have to face the ridicule from other people like her child is. You're a fully grown fucking adult. You should be able to deal with the consequences of your actions, and you should be able to handle how people perceive you based on what you do. You're a fully fucking fledged adult. Your son, Miss Rose, is being subjugated to shit because of you and your actions. Oh, what's wrong with me having an OnlyFans? It's liberating. It's this, it's that. It could be all of that shit. But understand, because you have a son, a child, he's a target. He's a target. Don't get it twisted like I'm condemning people for having OnlyFans and getting their money. No, get your money. But understand, the way in which you choose to get your money, people are going to have opinions about it. They're like assholes. Everyone has them. So if you are choosing to go out here and get your money by having an OnlyFans, and people are bullying your son because of your shit, ultimately, whose fault is that? Because she also said that the children who are bullying her son are saying things about people because they're hearing it from their parents. Sure, you just disrespected your son and don't even fucking realize it. And you prove my point that I stated earlier about him being a so-called feminist. So if these kids who are bullying your son are only saying these things because they hear it from their parents, when your son is defending OnlyFans creators, he's only saying that because he heard it from you, his parent, who's an OnlyFans content creator. So is your son smart, or are you disrespecting him? Which one is it? You can't have it both ways. And that's the problem. Amber Rose wants it both ways. She wants the respect of a woman who's handling her business and doing her thing, which is granted, she can have that. But she also wants the respect of, in my opinion, she wants that respect to be somewhere along the lines of how we respect someone like a Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett ain't never got out here and suck no dick, did strange for change on camera, none of that wild shit, right? And we respect her about her money, about her business, great at her craft. We respect her. Nobody has anything bad to say about Angela Bassett. Now, Amber Rose, I'm not saying people have anything bad to say about you either, but you cannot expect to be put on the same level as people like that, Angela Bassett. You can't when you're out here doing that. You can't. I'm sorry. I know you wish it was that way, but it's not. People are going to have opinions and objections in their way of looking at things. Me personally, I look at it like this. A person should always think before they do certain shit. If this became public or whatever the case may be, how would it affect the people around me, mainly my family and kids? How would that affect them? If you getting on camera, popping your pussy for money, and you're upset that people are looking at you strange or they don't hold you in a high regard or respectful like that, and people are like saying shit to your family, that's your fault. That's your fault. You have to take ownership of the situation you're putting your peoples in by doing what you want to do. Again, do I believe Amber Rose give a fuck about what people say about her or think about her? No, not at all. But you have a child. That young boy is only 9. His brain isn't fully developed. He is going to endure bullshit because of you. It is what it is. And I know some people will say, oh, it sounds like you're picking on. No. When, and this is life, this is not I didn't make the rules. I just try and play by them and break them if I can. When it comes to shit, certain things, pardon me, men and women are looked at differently. Example, as we're already talking. Amber Rose gets on OnlyFans. Boom, she's doing her money, getting a thing. When she um when she gets on there and does her thing, gets her money, right? How is she looked at? Unfortunately, most people in the world, I don't fit in this category. Most people in the world will hear a female or a man has an OnlyFans. Mind you, OnlyFans has been out for a while. It was not created with what it's being used for. That wasn't the intention. It was for people to see shit about people they're fans of. That, you know, that's it. Exclusive shit. But we know how that went. No knock on nobody. But that's not what it was intentionally created for. So when you have a female who she's doing things like that on camera, right? She's looked at a certain way. Again, like I was saying, most people will look at her like, because they're in that profession or that's what they chose to do, they're going to look at them funny. You know what I mean? Male or female, but more so a female. They're gonna look at them funny. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. They're regular people. OnlyFans creators, they are human beings. They're regular fucking people. They have feelings. But most people don't even care about that because they looking at it like, well, look at what you're doing. You know? And it seems to me that Amber Rose is not trying to own up to this shit. She's trying to blame everyone else for the situation she chose to put her son in by doing these things on camera. Oh, well, what was I supposed to do? How about, you know, maybe actually get a job? Now, what do I mean by get a job? So when the 2020 pandemic happened, shutdown happened, right? Amber Rose, your only option was to do that? You couldn't do nothing else? That is why people have certain opinions. Because logically speaking, again, I'm not knocking her for for her doing what she do. I'm not knocking it. But you got to understand what comes with this. People are going to knock you. People are going to do certain, you know what I mean? It is what it is. If you didn't have the foresight to understand that, that's your fucking problem. And if you didn't understand that this shit was going to be happening to your son when you started, after you did this shit, if you didn't understand it, like, truth be told, fuck your feelings. The person who is being hurt the most by your actions is your son, the child. People are going to look at you differently. It's just what it is. It is what it is. So, you doing that. So, you mean to tell me, all right, well, first off, you have a name, Amber Rose. So, you mean to tell me, uh, shit, truth be told, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the fuck you do. I mean, except, all I know is you look good. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny because of the murder mook shit. Like, I really don't know what your talent is. Looking good is not a talent. That's not a talent. Unless you're a bodybuilder, because that's hard work also. But just being born and just, oh, you're pretty, that's not a talent. That is not a talent. I don't know what she actually does. Okay, like, so, but I do know you have a name. So from what I know of you and who you are, I'm sure you could have done something else. You could have done other things besides, I'm assuming jump directly on OnlyFans. You are Amber Rose. You could have turned your social media pages into promo pages and had people pay you to give them promo because you're Amber Rose. You have the followers to where if you charge someone $10 to post, for you to post their business on your social media, I'm quite sure you have over 200,000 followers on all your social medias. Out of 200,000 people, 4 people are going to interact with that business, let's say. Okay? 4 people out of 200,000. The math gonna math itself, okay? But you're charging $10. You have over 200,000 followers. Do that math? Yeah, if you do it correctly, your pages should be nothing but promo for people. Could have did that. You could have started a podcast, some shit, right? Um, a bunch of other things you could have done with your name, just alone. You went to OnlyFans, and now it's the child's parents' fault that your son is getting bullied because you have an OnlyFans. Understand, like I've been saying various times, just because a female is a sex worker does not mean she should not be respected. There's a person first and foremost. It doesn't mean that. But, before I say that, but, okay? The same way, just because I'm a black male living in New York City does not mean I should be treated like a criminal when the cops see me for no reason, right? But that's not how it is. The fact is, although I shouldn't be fucked with by police like the way I have been in the past because I'm a black man, same goes for you. But it does, right? It happens. It is what it is. I really can't believe she's sitting there not trying to take responsibility over the fact that none of that shit would be going on with your son to a certain degree if you didn't do certain things. You gave these people the smoking gun, the bullet, the shell casing, and the receipt of purchase for the gun. And you didn't have to, but you did. And now you're mad. I'm going to tell you, when I was 9 years old, had the internet been what it is today, shit, I'd have found your video. Ain't nobody parent telling that child that. I realistic, I'm not gonna say realistically. In most cases, Amber, adults are not talking about OnlyFans with no 9-10-year-old child. So you think people are at home like, hey, son, come look. This is your classmate Sebastian's mom. She's on OnlyFans. That's what you think people doing? Okay, that's a little too graphic. You think people are saying, hey, kid, look, you think people, what is wrong with you? All I am seeing, or pardon me, all I'm hearing from this situation, from you, from what I've looked up and read, deflection. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Responsibility, dodge. Responsibility for putting my kid in this situation, parry. Slip the, accountability punch. Because your son's father is Wiz Khalifa, he was already going to have a lot of attention on his motherfucking self when he went to school. Off the rip. You made it worse. You made it worse. You made your son's life fucking horrible because you did ultimately don't you can't sit there and convince a motherfucker like me, Amber Rose, that you like thought about your son. And no, you fucking didn't, because if you'd have really thought about your son, you'd have understood that this fucking world we live in is fucking savage. It's fucking savage. You wasn't thinking about your son. You was only thinking about doing what the fuck you wanted to do, and ain't shit a motherfucker can tell you, because you're gonna do what you want to do. You didn't care about your son, because if you took him into account on some real shit, I think you would have actually not done it. I think you would have not done it. I think you would have came up with another way to make a revenue for yourself. I truly do. Because and I'll stand on Mount Everest and boxes and chanclatas and with these words. Any parent who truly fucking cares about their child, before they do shit, they gonna think about their child and think how this might affect them. I'm a parent, I know. I've thought about saying, fuck it, man. Let me hit this block real quick. Get me some work and get right. But right after that, the next thought was, if I get arrested, shit go left, my kids is gonna be XYZ because I'm gone. Some shit ain't worth it. My assumption is Amber Rose is gonna say, well, she's gonna try and flip it and be like, but the men can do. First off, shorty, it's way different when the father is an OnlyFans content creator as opposed to the mother. I didn't make these rules. This is how it is. I didn't make it. It's actually, to some people, it's more acceptable than the female doing that. To each his own. Just giving what my opinion is on the general. But nonetheless, it is different. We're all from the inner city. Yo mama jokes hit harder than your daddy jokes do. A lot of niggas don't know their daddy, so you can't give a fuck about some shit. You feel me? That's why some niggas don't, when nigga, we can joke, but don't talk about my mama. Mama be sacred. That's why when a female is on OnlyFans and has children, that's why it's so fucked up for that kid, man. Because kids, not only are kids savages, they're cruel because they don't know no better. I guarantee you, motherfuckers then pulled up to Sebastian with their phones with your OnlyFans showing out, and you don't seem to care. You don't seem to care enough to be real with your fucking self and say, I put him in that situation. Nah, you fucking up. This ain't the mother kid's parents' fault that he has to be subjected to this. Your actions are affecting your kid's life. How hard is that to fucking understand? If me as a father, I'm out here selling drugs and doing street shit, if that's what I'm doing, I gotta understand that this gonna affect my kid's life. Because when you in that, if I'm selling drugs and shit out here and I'm in that street life, I'm gonna have enemies. That's putting my kid's life in harm because I'm living this life. When you are a mother and you choose to be a stripper, sex worker, or basically any kind of shit and on the camera where you're showing your naked body, fucking shit like that, you gotta understand that that's gonna fuck your kid's life all the way up. I respect the people, the females on OnlyFans who wear masks and conceal their faces a little more than those who don't. Because I assume people who get into this shit with kids, they fully fucking understand what they're doing and the potential and the possibility that of what they might be subjecting their kids to due to their actions. But Amber, you are not taking that point. You are not looking at it like I don't get that from you. So therefore, I must be like, you must, you're delusional. You're delusional. To blame other people for why your son has to go through certain shit when it's only a possibility because you did this. That's delusional. I think maybe you like, what? That's like if let me give an example. Let me see how this can work out. So I shoot up Ray car, right? Ray comes back and shoots at my house, right? Whose fault is it my house got shot up? It's mine, right? Because I shot Ray car, right? First, right? It sounds to me like Amber Rose would say, it's Ray homeboy fault my house got shot up. Because even though I shot Ray car, fuck all that. It's his man's who's the problem because he told him I shot the car up. Your son is getting bullied because you started in OnlyFans. And you're going to tell your son it's the kid's parents' fault that this is happening to him? And that he has to see this and hear this from these kids? It's the kid's parents' fault? Nigga, it's yours. Fuck out of here.